Greetings, I'm Chef Eric Crowley, owner of the Culinary Classroom in West Los Angeles, and a great dessert for your Valentine coming up is our vanilla cupcakes. Ready? Let's get started. For our ingredients of our vanilla cupcakes, we are going to need 3 cups of cake flour, 4 whole eggs at room temperature, 1 teaspoon and half a teaspoon of baking powder and baking soda respectively, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk, and we also need 1 1/3 cups of sugar, and last but not least, 12 tablespoons or 6 ounces of butter that's been melted and allowed to cool off slightly. In order to proceed with the vanilla cupcake recipe, it's not necessary to use a stand mixer or even a handheld mixer if you have one of those. Just a couple of bowls and a whip will wind up doing the job just fine. And the reason for 2 bowls is we're going to basically take all of our dry ingredients and put them into one. We're going to start off with our flour, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. Mix them together. And just use a whip to go ahead and combine it. Our second bowl is going to accommodate our eggs, our vanilla extract. Blend that together. And then we're going to actually gradually add in our sugar while we're constantly blending this. And the reason why I like to add it in gradually is because the sugar can only absorb or be absorbed by the eggs at a certain rate. And if you dump it all in, you may run the risk of it lumping. So just go ahead and gradually pour it in. Give it a good stir. I have some sugar splashing up on the side of the bowl. I'll deal with that after I get the rest of the sugar in here. That all mixed together. And then last but not least, after I get this really well blended, our buttermilk and our melted butter. Really important that the butter not be just melted. It'll actually be too hot and it'll start to cook the eggs. We actually want to melt it and let it cool for, say, 3, maybe 4 minutes. Our next step is to basically take our wet ingredients and mix them in with our dry ingredients. This is what bakers commonly refer to as a straight mixing method. You can use a whip as well. I'm going to wind up taking the wet ingredients and just pour it right into the dry, get into the center. Start to slowly stir it from the inside of the bowl towards the outer edge. If it gets lumped up, just go ahead and keep on stirring it. The rest of our liquid's going to go in now. Notice I'm going to use the whip more like a spoon. I'm really not going to vigorously whip it back and forth. I'm just going to stir it just until these dry ingredients get mixed together. Just until it gets combined, just like this. Okay. And our batter is now ready to fill up our muffin tins or our cupcake cups. Okay. What I find works really well to fill those up, first you want to line your cupcake tins with some paper. A nice little ice cream scoop does the job really, really well. Most recipes will tell you to fill the paper 2/3 to even 3/4 of the way full. Really important that you get your oven to 325 degrees and get it preheated. Okay, a little bit more batter in there. A little bit more batter in here. Giving a little shake, even a little tap. Tap it on down like that. Into a 325 oven it goes for about 18, 20, or 22 minutes. When they come out of the oven, they should have a nice golden brown around the edge. Maybe even a little bit on top is absolutely fine. And we're going to go ahead and do a little cake tester test, either with a toothpick or with a sandwich pick like this. You could even use a skewer. Maybe just a couple of crumbs sticking to it. That's absolutely fine. If the toothpick comes out and it's got a really thick batter still sticking to it, the cupcakes need to bake for 2, maybe even 4 minutes longer. Our cupcake has come out of the oven and is cooled off, and we're ready to frost it with our vanilla buttercream frosting. I'm going to take the cupcake itself and put it onto something like this upside down ramekin. You can use a pot or a bowl or something like that. And I'm going to start off right in the center of the cupcake, holding the tip at about a 45-degree angle, And I'm going to come on out to the edge of the cupcake and pipe a nice slow arc to the end here. A nice little heart shape. And I can follow that up with a little heart-shaped candy. That's one way to decorate your cupcake for Valentine's Day. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click other links on the site to find other recipes. Also be sure to subscribe so you can see other treats that I'll be baking. If you can't find something that interests you, go ahead and send an email to requests@mahalo.com. See you soon.